This Big Van coming to you from Extravagant Barbershop. I'm coming to you demonstrating an all-even one-level haircut. All-even one-level haircut with coarse hair and also dealing with straight hair. So I want you to check it out as I proceed to demonstrate this to you, okay? Enjoy. Yeah, baby. Big Van coming to you from Extravagant Barbershop. Big Van. Extravagant. That's what we do. We cut hair, you do what we do, and we make the best out of it. To all you barbers out there, I'm about to show you something that's going down right now on this side of town. I don't know where y'all from, but I'm from Jersey. And I'm going to show you a little bit of the Jersey style and the way we do things. So sit back, enjoy the ride as I take you for a nice little cruise through Barbering Hood, baby. All right? Right now, today, we're going to do an all-even. It's called all-even. Some call it a one-level haircut. That's when all the hair is the same length all the way around the head. And I'm going to give them a tight lineup, too. So we're going to show you give you a demonstration of all-even haircut as well as a lineup, which is called a shape-up. Now, how we're going to actually start this haircut out is, what I use is the Masters, the Andis Masters. All right, some might use the Walls, Osters, or whatever. All even dark, which is probably like a wavelength. You know what I mean? The level of the hair is going to be wavelength level. Okay, well, I'm using the Andis clip. All right, and basically just clip it on. Close the Andis Masters, because you can adjust it, open, close, and you get how this works is, if you close it, you take more of the hair off. If you open it, and you take less of the hair off, you know what I mean? So it's just, this actually can add, you know, a little bit more to the hair by opening it up. But when you close the blade and close the teeth together, so you get a lot more of the hair off, so it'll be a closer cut. So basically, I'm just putting the clip on, and I'm grabbing my comb, and I'm going to cut through the hairstyle to get an all-even dark hairstyle. That's what he desired right here. That's what we're going to show you. So I'm going right now against the grain, cutting against the grain right now, taking it down, and it's taking as much as it's going to allow me to take off. Not going to get it real close, because he don't want it close. You get too close, then he's going to be very, very unhappy. And actually, if I want it closer, I go down to a smaller guard. That's what we call a guard right here, this red clip. I go down to a smaller guard. So I'm taking off the only the amount of hair that I need to get off for the desired hairstyle that he desires right now. And this technique is called going against the grain. And when you go against the grain, you got to be careful what guard you use, because it takes a lot more hair off sometimes. So you got to judge your measurements. So you make sure you got a comb in your hand. You're brushing away right now, you know, brushing all the loose hair away. You know what I mean? You know, like I call it, the debris. It's loose hair. Hair that already cut off, that don't need to be on his head. You always have a comb in your hand. Comb or brush. So you can see what you're doing. All right? And then your clippers should be able to flow right through his hair. If they're not, maybe they need to be oiled. Maybe they need to be adjusted. I know with these Andises, sometimes you got to take your time going through a head. You want to cut right through and just toss all that loose hair away to the side. Big Van, baby. Coming to you from Extravagant Cuts, showing you how to do this. Now, I know there's a lot of cats out there that's cutting, but you know what? The question is, are they cutting right or are they cutting wrong? You understand what I'm saying? And I know there's a lot of y'all out there that would like to learn how to cut, but you don't have nobody teaching you how to cut. So that's the whole point of why I'm doing this DVD, to demonstrate to you how to cut hair, starting from the basic things to the more difficult things. And I'm gonna make it simple for you, baby. I'm gonna make it all simple for you. So basically, I got his hair down to the length that I want. All right. Now it might look all, you know, right now he have dry scalp. Obviously he hasn't been putting anything in his hair. You might experience that when you cut somebody's hair. You know, scalp all dry and everything. So, you know, don't worry about that. Just keep combing, keep brushing, and just keep going through the hairstyle, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you gotta wash it, you know, for him. You know, sometimes when you wash your hair, it comes out a lot better. But this is same as a red clip, it's just a different color, all right? And it's smaller than the blue. Let me show you a little demonstration here. You got this clip and you got this clip. This clip is smaller than this clip, all right? This clip take off more than this clip. This take off less. So you got both clips, all right? Now I went against the grain with this clip, all right? Now I'm gonna go with the grain with this to smooth it out. So this is the smaller clip, and I'm gonna go with the grain to lay the hair down, okay? So follow along with me as we do this, all right? I'm gonna use the brush right now. You know, make sure you got all your tools, the brushes, the oils, the oil sheens, everything you need to do what you gotta do. You understand what I'm saying? And you just brush all that stuff away, man. I'm gonna smooth his hair out so I can get all them loose ends that's sticking up, that's uneven from the rest of his hair, so that everything looks smooth. And as you can see, it's starting to smooth out. All even cut. That's what I'm doing. And this is what I'm using right here. And his clipper, the small guard, and notice I closed it. I had it closed right here. That take off more hair, but I'm going with the grain now. Now if I open that up, it take off less hair, but I have it closed. If a guy in the chair, he say, give me a 1.5 with the grain. Just ask him to say, well, what a 1.5 is. I mean, well, keep it dark. That's what a 1.5 is. 2, but most times say just keep it dark. Give me wave lift. So you want to keep his hair dark as possible. And like it's better to take less off than take more off. Because you know what? When you take less off, you show him the mirror, you can always go back and take more off. If he say no, it's not light enough, take a little bit more off. But if you take too much off, you can't put it back on his head. And I know y'all always heard somebody say that. And as you hear that, you hear them clippers cutting? Oh my God, that's a beautiful sound. Now if they're not cut, you don't hear this, you need to invest in a new pair of clippers. Because you got the wrong type of clippers, baby. The wrong type of clippers. They just ain't working right. You know what I mean? Just going with the grain. Go with the grain. You want to watch this little swirl on the back of his head. How many times y'all don't cut and you don't whip the wrong way on that little swirl on the back of his head? You see that little swirl? If you don't go with the swirl on this thing, you're going to get a man a bald spot. And then you're going to be saying, oops, watch what I'm doing with the grain. Smoothing it out. Like I say, brush it. Have a brush and comb. Always have a brush and comb in your hand. You understand what I'm saying? And how you go with the swirl, you see how the swirl going? You comb and you brush the swirl. You go with the swirl. You understand what I'm saying? Go with the swirl. Now you can't go against the grain with the swirl and you won't mess the swirl up. You know what I'm saying? Going against the grain with it won't mess it up. With the grain, with the grain, with the grain. Brushing it, going with the grain. This is the easiest haircut you can do, known to man. With the grain. With the grain. We're gonna make him look. We're gonna fix him up. I don't know who he been going to, but whoever he been going to been chipping him up. They've been chipping him up. They got him looking like Elvis Presley with the sideburns. Look at the sideburns. Look at that. Look at that. Huh? Huh? But tight one. And you want to shape him up. All right. Let me see that line when I put it in there. See that line when I put it in there, right, America? Huh? Ladies and gents of America. Sound like the president, don't I? That's okay. Tight line up, all right? Now I gotta go around his ear, all right? I'm gonna go around his ear. Hold his ear down, all right? Please hold his ear down, all right? Hold it down. Boom. Use the edge of your trimmers and go around. Some use the edge, some just tap right in there. But you want to follow his natural line around the ear, so that he got a nice clean line around the ear right here. Boom, boom, all right? And now I like to use my edges. That's why the T outline is good. I'm gonna make this real tight around here, all right? Real tight, but watch it. Watch it. I'm using the edge. The edge. When I mean the edge, I mean the edge of these things. And I'm going around his ear with these points. You know, make sure you clip it real sharp too. Just as long as they ain't cut nobody, you won't see blood, you good. Alright? He needs a tight line up. And that's what we in business to do. Tight line up, alright? Come this way, use them points. Alright, you see the hair coming off. Hold that ear down. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh my God. Oh my God, this guy ready. Oh my goodness, this is nice right here. This little, give him a line up around. I don't know who cut him last, but he didn't have a line up around his ear for years. He had so much new growth around his ear. He had so much hair. He had an afro behind his ear. We don't like that. He came to see a specialist. He knew I can get the job done. All right. Now see all this? That's called the Elvis Presley. You don't want it. Look, you got to cut that off. Cut the Elvis Presley off. Yeah, cut that Elvis off. We're going to celebrate. That is not right. I don't know who did this to him. He couldn't have walked out of my shop like that. Now you're going to put a line right here. Now some of y'all push this back. Don't want to push that back because you're trying to make it tight. And you go back, you put this line back here. Come on now. This line should never be back here. You know what I'm saying? And then when all that grow back, you got all that new growth. And you think you gave him a tight line up. If you pushing this dude here, if you pushing anybody hairline back, man, that's not right. You should be fine. You understand what I'm saying? Should be fine for pushing wigs back. You understand what I'm saying? It's not right. Now I'm gonna give him a line up, all right? And it's gonna be tight. Make sure they don't cut them, all right? Make sure they don't cut them. Just clean them up right now. We're gonna make them right. You don't want to stay too much on that right there, because sometimes them clippers, if they too tight, they'll bite. And he have a line right there, and he be looking at you all crazy. All right. Make sure you just put that line in there nice, real nice. I just adjusted these right here. I really didn't know how well they cut until I just start trying them. But they all right. They ain't the best. If you're a good barber, you're gonna make them work. You're gonna make them work. They all right, like I said. They ain't cut like I want them to cut. But they decent.